Welcome back, everybody, to EU. We are doing the Siege 4v4 this week as we take a hiatus from the usual #SWC because TSM and Dignitas are currently in China. Just played their show matches last night, guys. As a heads up, they will be casted tomorrow for your viewing pleasure by this guy over here and Mr. Dry Bear, who's not with us this week.
Here. You should point at me. That's right. Me and Dry Bear tomorrow at 1 p.m. EDT, which is like, no, it's the same time zone in Montreal, right?
The EST, that'll be about 7 o'clock. I'm not going to listen to his jokes anymore because if he laughs too much, like I said, he'll fall off the booster seat again. You saw him at the start of the stream. He's not a normal natural size. We'll have to blow him up again
Kumba,
just to make it look human.
You're
gonna fall off right now. You're gonna fall off right now. Don't fall.
God, production, please.
Guys, we are into game. Picks and bans are underway. Spanish Nomads are going to be on your left-hand side, and IIII are going to be on the right-hand side. It looks like IIII chose to not play with Sanentry this week as the person that's missing.
I hate you guys.
Hey, welcome to EU. We always have fun over here.
You. Production made me tiny again.
I know, I know.
Kumba Karna first ban again. Homework done. It looks like Bacchus is going to be taken out of the hands of the Spanish Nomads as we see Herc taken off the table as well.
Yeah, Hercules gone as well. So never saw Did Aphrodite get banned last game? I don't remember seeing her get banned.
No, I think she just completely made it through.
Went all the way through. Chunga all the way through too as well. Thor's going to be banned out, and the instant lock from Spanish Nomads with, you guessed it, Scylla.
That's right. She makes it through the ban phase somehow, and that is going to go right into the hands of Warchi. This is very dangerous, and now we're seeing Nasha and Odin and Arachne, and I think they're messing with us. Yeah,
don't trust I4. Don't trust I4. They're helping. I'm not going to fall for any of that. They're trying to just make me pull expressions, and it's not going to happen this week. And they already made me pull expressions last week by pulling out, well, yesterday by pulling out Hades and such, so we'll be surprised to see what they're going to go for. That could be relatively picked.
Switch. Oh, okay, so we're going to see a pick of Odin is actually locked in, and Nuwa, unsurprisingly, Nuwa is going to be grabbed, but Odin is definitely a unique pick considering his recent balance changes.
Even though he has been balance changed, and a lot of people are saying he's a lot weaker now, he still has the Ring of Spears, which do exactly the same thing.
It's true.
In every single game mode. Like, they've not changed that at all, which means you're still going to be cut off from your teammates. And in the jungle, when the jungle is as small as it is, DM, there's a hell of a lot less room to move.
That's definitely true. But we're going to see some counter picks here as we see Angel hovering onto Bastet and Jock actually hovering onto Kronos. Now they have 3 characters that are able to get out of that Odin ring quite easily.
Yeah, I mean, the one interesting thing about the Odin pick is the fact that Scylla is the only mage in the game that can get out of it with ease, basically just using the Sentinel. Right. All the others have to use some other form to get out, like Combat
Hades
Blink.
Is kind of a mage.
Oh, it says Guardian on his tooltip, DM. If you learned to play the game and understood it, you would understand that it says Guardian. Thank you very much.
It should really just say laning phase.
Laning phase, okay.
It's just a laning phase god. 16 minutes, I'm out, guys. See, good luck with the fire giant.
End game, I'm just going to wander around and fear people. Kronos, so been picked up. He does have the rewind, which can, like DM says, get you out of the Ring of Spears if he was outside of the Ring of Spears to begin with.
That's true.
Oh, yeah!
Wait, hold on. Hindu man, if you wouldn't mind.
So, I4 have chosen to lock in Janus.
Janus, I'm calling him Janus. He gets locked in. Now, guys.
DM. No, listen, Nuwa and Janus.
No, I'm with you. I was just gonna talk about it.
My mind just blew. Okay.
Okay, so they can actually go from the middle, ult through. If the Phoenix is dead, they can ult through and then split push with Janus and Nuwa by throwing both of them through the portals. Clay minions, Flame Strike, Pillars of Heaven. This is very dangerous.
And then they can take Odin through and ring off the enemy team from joining them defend the Titan. I love this idea. This sounds fun. It's not going to happen because, you know, the dreams never really arise. But
the struggle is real.
We can hope as Aphrodite gets banned out by I4, they don't want to deal with that. And now it's back to Spanish Nomads. What's their last ban going to be? Hunbat's good pick. Good pick.
Yeah, I think Hunbat's even getting down that far however many times we've seen it in the past 2 days is insanity. But the final pick for I5 is on the board, and we are going to see a lock of Vamana.
So Vamana in that composition, he's going to be good for if you can get him locked in this Ring of Spears with you. I'm just interested to see how they're going to lane together this team composition because they're all very, very solo-esque.
Yeah, that's true. But a final pick over here is going to be Geb, which is so dangerous with Kronos. I mean, the one bad thing about Kronos, except despite the fact that his early game is very weak, is late game. If you focus him down, he doesn't really have any strong CC immunity aside from rewind. He can get caught out, but with a Geb shield, CC cleansing, certain immunities on top of extra health, that's a really big pick.
Yeah, so I think it's a good decision as well against the team composition they're against. But we're going to have to see how this one's going to play out because Spanish Nomads team is one that you'd likely see in a Conquest tournament, whereas I4's team comp looks like a Siege special composition here, especially with that Janus pick as well.
Janus.
I'm gonna have to just say Janus because if I try and do Janus every time during the cast, it'll be a bit crazy. Bastet goes in, lands the cats onto Janus, and Janus is in trouble, and he's looking for the damage back, but Janus gets hit by the portal, and Janus is dead.
You could be the new Dry Bear.
It'll kill my voice.
You could be the Dry Bear. It's like, oh, Odin gets the Ring of Spears onto.
So guys, this is going to be Spanish Nomads versus I4 in the second round. We will be right back with your next game. As soon as these guys have loaded in, let's hope for no DCs this time round and we get this one started quickly. Chop chop EU. Be right back. To EU. Spanish Nomads are going to be the blue side on the right, on the red side of the screen, though, at the same time. That was a terrible introduction. I4 are going to be fighting from there. And on Spanish Nomads, we're going to see Angel 94 playing Bastet. Meanwhile, the Watchy's going to get caught out on Scylla in the jungle early on, as Durgis looks to defend the jungle.
With the recent changes to the Warriors, you should note that, Odin lost a lot, but what he didn't lose is his ability to do damage at level 3, that's for sure.
Oh, that leap is still ridiculous. Is it still the highest in the game?
140! Yeah, it's the highest hitting jump in the game at level 1.
At level 1, right. So we actually see Durgis looking for the opportunity onto Bastet there. So quick look over the teams again. Angel 94 playing Bastet. Jock is going to be playing Kronos. Warchy on Scylla, that got caught out of position. And Nika, who has gone for Geb. And on the other side of the map, DM, what we got for my 4.
It looks like the I4 guys are going to be playing Durgius on that. Odin Advert's going to be grabbing the Nuwa. IIII playing Vamana. And Lloydie playing Janus. I'm calling him Janus.
Now, the interesting thing about knowing I4 a little bit more than I do with Spanish Nomads, they're all pretty much as expected.
One of the things we hear a lot about from, the 4v4 versus 5v5 debate is that 5v5 or 4v4, the 5v5 is too, 4v4 is too competitive. That they like it 5v5 better because there's no meta. Even if you aren't familiar or the meta hasn't been created, there will always eventually be the best way to do things. And you can see that reflected right now as, right here, Spanish Nomads are going to fall a little bit behind overall in terms of tickets because they just took too long to clear out the waves.
But look what I4 did as well. They actually took one buff from the jungle, went to lane, pushed it hard, went back and picked up the blue buff as well. So they're still going to get the tickets. Their blue on the left side is going to be a bit more delayed. But like you said, it's going to force them to lose tickets on that side.
Yeah, that was a very strong opening from I5 or I4. Did they change their clan tag? That would.
Yeah, they have.
Look at the push there. He was able to go through the floor to get out of the. He pushed him through the floor. Actually missed the clear the path there. Very strong play, but I think the communication could have used a little bit of work. Had he started that clear the path half a second later, it could have been a big push for them. Still no first blood.
Yeah, it could. So we're going to actually see Janus for the first time in competitive play. Now he's unstable. Vortex is his big damage skill as you see it land onto Geb there as well.
Oh my god. Right lane, Angel used the bleed. Didn't hit any of his opponents.
Rings!
Angel. Oh, the throws right there. He bled the minions only. Threw the cats out, and the cats turned to the minions.
So the minions just died, and it was a wave clear, and immediately the re-engage from Durgis comes out, and that's going to be first blood for I4 as the pressure's on left side. Now as Geb's trying to defend with no mana here, they're looking for the aggression, the unstable. Vortex connects!
Damage. Oh my god! We talk about... Janus, we talk about a lot how the character has a hard time confirming damage. Every other mage has a way to confirm damage without having to use their escape ability. Janus doesn't really have that, but at the same time, if he hits you, God help you.
It's going to sting a little bit, what we're going to say. It will sting just a little as it connects with, especially if both sides of the unstable vortex connect in the middle as well. That's what you're going to look for. So keep an eye from using the portal into the unstable vortex to confirm that damage. And just always keep an eye. His ultimate, the through time and space, will allow him to quick transition the map with his whole team, DM.
All right, so now left side, more pressure coming out. It looks like we do have a lane swap here. Vamana's going to find himself in the position of Bastet, and we have a pause coming out. Not sure how long this one's going to last, or if there's any trouble at all. This might just be a quick meeting. Not really sure what we're looking for. Things to talk about build-wise. Advert going into Enchanted Ring. I'm not sure if this is going to be Demonic Grip or Telkines, but she benefits greatly from both pickups.
Yeah, what do you think about the shell being picked up on IIII there on Vamana?
I like Shell. I think Shell is one of the most underrated items in the entire game, or even actives. I mean, it's 45 protections plus a 15% damage reduction for 5 seconds. I mean, that is really incredible.
And it's not just to you, it's also to your allies as well. So you're actually helping to firm your allies. And especially with someone, if you're landing with someone like Janus, who has those issues of mobility, then it will help him out when he has to tank the damage.
So we're about 3 minutes deep so far. Unpause is coming out, and I5, or rather I4, has a pretty decent lead so far. Durgi is having a kill on Odin's. Definitely going to help the fact that he's become a little bit weaker. Stun's going to hit him. Monster in the back. The combos. Spanish Nomads answer back.
Coming back to fight, they are on the left-hand side. You're going to see Bastet looking for aggression again, trying to leap in onto Janus, who has the cats on him as well. Now going to hit that threshold to try and speed himself up. The channel has been hit. It's going to connect, but not a lot of damage. Cataclysm comes out. Geb's trying to secure the kill. He does, you know. Geb and the cats pick up the kill, and now Rafa's turn into the giant baby looking for the beatdowns. Going to confirm 1 kill. Back in trade.
Angel needed 2 more seconds for that jump. Instead, he turned around, and I think made a misplay there of using the last bit of his mana. That's going to turn into a double kill, and now they might be in some trouble here. Rafa is going to be seeing that Warchi has rotated over, and a nice Sentinel will put her in a position of defense.
They missed the crush though, so this tower's going to get attacked. Kronos rotating over, looking for the opportunity to try and defend this one, as Dirge is still going aggressive and keeping Scylla busy from being able to get involved on this. There we see Rafa teleporting in, using that portal as the tower goes down, and Rafa explodes! The damage from Unstable Vortex just made Kronos disappear!
Yeah, I mean, Janus is doing a really good job. This is definitely a major shot here to Lloydie, who has so far been, I think, an incredible force. Now, of course, he does have 1 death, but the damage he has put forth so far has really put his teammates in the best position possible. And as we get into the 4-minute mark, check out the jungle invade.
Well, they're actually trying to jungle invade or possibly rotate behind Nika here. The siege towers here, they're actually looking for jungles. As you said, blue can't be taken away. They've worked out the speed, the timers on these buffs already, DM, and they're abusing that to take more tickets away. Really good play.
You know, it was a little awkward for them. Oh, Bastet is going to jump over towards the red. Rafa actually almost got seen there, which could have been trouble with that amount of health and mana. Right side is getting pushed. Lloydie's taking some damage. Doesn't get to sprint out in time. I'm a monster destruction.
Janus a little bit low on the movement as you see Dirges blinking, looking for the aggression pillars used actually on the siege towers. Dirges takes a lot of damage from the crush from Scylla, and now that siege tower is going to drop. All towers still standing though for I4, so overall a net win is 2 towers down on the side of Spanish Nomads.
Not to mention, they're also 2 kills ahead on the I4 side. 1,800 gold, 1,600 experience. We're going to make that 3 kills as Angel gets turned on as well. The slows coming out, not getting the double proc. The Umbrella Ring didn't quite get on the backside before she was able to pounce out.
It was 6-3 now in favor of I4. It's really hard to keep saying I4 because you're so used to calling him I5. And the thing about Janus overall is he's really making an impact with the amount of damage he's doing. It's shocking to a lot of people. I'm interested by the Spear of the Magus choice though, DM. I'm not sure whether that one is as good because of his cooldown. It's been quite long. What do you feel?
I think what he's thinking here is that he's going to apply both hits with Unstable Vortex, but at that time you've already done the damage. So again, I think I'm with you. I'm not really sure why he's opted to pick this up, but I mean, if he can get that extra damage off, it's going to be big. But now they pick up the middle, they got the extra siege minion, they can back here, continue pushing, and they still have a pretty decent lead in terms of ticket here. You just got to see some aggression.
Yeah, they are in a commanding position now, so expect to see Vamana come through using that teleportation to allow him to get to the siege tower as they wait for the next siege tower to spawn as well, which will spawn slightly ahead of Spanish Nomads just because they stole some of those tickets from the jungle camps too.
Left side, we're seeing some pressure. You see Angel and Jock moving up the left side, but they're going to be forced to retreat here. Where is Nuwa going?
Blinking from Dirges, Spears go down, and Warchi's in trouble. I'm a monster popped, as was the Cataclysm, but Dirges going to escape for now, forcing 2 ultimates out.
Oh, he's not going to escape for long. We have an ult coming over on the right side. The pounce is going to miss. Cats are going to go out. The bleed will go out, but Angel's taking a lot of damage. Lloyd, he misses completely as Raph returns to fight. Angel's one hit. They find him in the back with the unstable vortex and is now able to push forward, and all the while, Nuwa is ready to push.
Nuwa continuing to push left-hand side down. Siege tower just spawns as well on the left side as Rafa keeps them busy with Lloyd. Lloyd, he's looking to look for the damage to confirm, but the rewind comes off just in time to give him full health. But look at that tower damage on the left-hand side already, DM. Nuwa is doing work.
Yeah, I mean, that probably could have gone down if she used both flame strikes in the closest range possible, but she kind of moved up a little bit, or rather moved back a little bit too far and lost some damage. Clay minions inside. Rafa takes the crush, but gets a huge combo up. Flame strike gets the tower and Warchi. This is going to be a kill. Oh, maybe not.
Sentinel does allow it to escape, and Rafa's going to live for the time being as well, as another tower drops, and now everyone's going to recall from I4 and look to siege up using the teleport with the siege tower. Wait to see when Vamana jumps through. He's waiting for his team. No, he's not. He's just going to go in, put the pressure onto Angel, forcing the pounce back as the rest of the team comes in. Dirges is there, Ring of Spears, and Kronos is caught. Kronos is gone. 3-man crush connects, though.
Kronos is not having the showing that he had yesterday in North America. Get blinks in, 3-man Kata. He's going to take some unstable vortex damage. His crush goes off and hit 2. They push the portal down. A lot of damage coming through, and another Sentinel save. I'm a monster. Will he be able to get out? One shot in the ult from Lloydie in the back. Gets him.
Lloydie picks up the kill. Rafa's going to go down in trade, but that was for a Phoenix. The jungle buffs are about to spawn, and it looks like I4 know this already. They're hunting the jungle, or at least it looks like they are, because Advert's going to find that blue buff again on the respawn time as they already had it. Once again, another 9 tickets taken away from Spanish Nomads.
That's right, and they could really use that at this point. Either team is looking for tickets for their siege engines. We saw I4s just get picked up, but look at the potential here. They're using the Nuwa push constantly. They're using the Janus ult for that global presence. Odin constantly getting the Ring of Spears off on the right people. I4 is just in perfect form today.
Yeah, they're learning the map very quickly and actually looking for the exploitationable points wherever possible, and that's why you're seeing picks like Giannis being picked up by them, because they're going to look to use that to their advantage as well if it does get to that stage of the game where they need to get the backdoor option going for them. Now, the next siege tower to spawn, though, DM, will go in favor of Spanish Nomads. Which side would you prefer it to spawn on, though, is my question.
Well, it's going to spawn on the right side regardless of what I say. Now, given the fact that there's a tier 2 here, it could be strong. Realistically, they want to be on the side that has the fire minions so they can push up, but at the same time, those fire minions can help burn down those siege weapons very quickly. I don't think Spanish Nomads could really say which way or the other, which side they would really prefer this to be on and have it be accurate, because realistically, they just need to push both lanes as fast as possible.
Everyone's grouping on this right-hand side. Rafa's coming around the back to try and cut them off, and it looks like Spanish Nomads being forced away from their siege tower, and that's going to be the siege tower drop. So the next one to spawn will definitely be I4s. But look at this, the Silver Fury spawning, and it looks like I4 are well aware of that.
You know, this is real big trouble for characters like Bastet who can get in and get those steals. I mean, she just doesn't have a lot of damage at this point. You look at the gold right now, they're 4,800 of gold ahead, split over 4 people, not 5 like it would be in Conquest, so it winds up being a little bit stronger on top of the fact that they have a general level advantage 1-for-1 across the board.
Oh, Nika's in trouble here. He's already used the rollout to try and engage. The Ring of Spears goes down, jumps through, falls through the portal, and now the Clay Minion's doing work as well. That's going to be a pickup for Dirges for a free kill. Meanwhile, Rafa being busy on Angel. Pounce being forced. It was a short pounce, and now Angel's in trouble, going to jump back, but Giannis is waiting. The connection of the unstable vortex hits. Cats are popped to slow him down. He falls through the portal to doom, and that's going to be another kill for Lloydie.
Lloydie is going to have an incredible presence next week when we allow Janus into the meta. I mean, this guy is really showing potential. He takes some damage from I'm a Monster. The Sentinel for the aggression, but it's not enough. Time Rift's not going to be good as well, but Time Stop will find him.
will find him, so that's going to drop him down. But 3 members in the siege tower are going to continue the assault. Left-hand side, DM. There's 2 waves of fire minions pouring in, and it's only Chrono standing. Geb's back up soon, but Geb doesn't have any wave clear.
They can try to push here. Shockwave just doesn't do nearly enough damage. It's going to start taking a lot. He's going to rotate in and try to make this fight, just make something happen here. But with the Siege Engine, with Nuwa, with the potential from damage from the Vimana, this Phoenix is not going to stand for much longer. Now, the melees have been picked up as Bastet respawns and cleans up the wave, but the damage has already been done.
Damage has already been done as IIII looking to push into the base and end the siege tower, leading the way. Wrath is zoning, the minions are there, just spawned. There's the aggression from Dirges. He catches 2 in the ring. The pillar is there as well. The rewind's going to get him out, but what cost to Geb? Geb's going to drop before he can pop the cataclysm.
Lloydie makes it through the portal.
No, it's still going through.
Lloydie explodes after going through the portal. He sprinted in there trying to make something happen. They get the Phoenix, but not much else. But 2 members. Sentinel's going to be used. Warchi looking for something, finds himself in the middle of a flame strike, gets stunned off, but he's not going to let them back for free. IIII is too low to back lazily. Advert low as well. Sickham's going to be used, and it looks like she's going to stick around and just clean up the fire minions.
But absolutely enough is going to come from this Warchi. They're still trying to lazy back here, Advert and Rafa. Why don't you just go a bit further back? It'd be fine. Warchi can't get you then. Look at this though. There's not a lot the Spanish Nomads can do, even though they nearly got a full team wipe there out of I4, because that siege tower keeping them busy on the left hand side. Watch the 2 men run through here. DM are going to have a fight.
Look at the potential of damage. Angel super low already. If she jumps back, she's going to find himself in the wrong spot against Advert, who's actually letting it go. Dirgius rotates in as well, and that's going to find a double right there. Actually, no, Geb keeps it alive.
There's a ring.
Lunch going to be in. Crush going to do some damage, and again, she will escape, but not for long.
Rafa's still trying to chase back the pounce back into death is what she just did then. No, she's still surviving as Anna Monster connects with Rafa on the backside of that. Phoenix drops again on the left-hand side. Geb gets a good cataclysm off as Lloydie finally secures Angel, and Geb's doing his best to tank up, but the portal's underneath his feet. The shield is on him. He's whacking against many. The unstable Vortex connects, and that is Lloydie with another kill for himself. Looks like I4 are going to win out here.
Yeah, I don't really see Warchi being able to hold off 4 people. We're not at the 14-minute mark, but that Titan's taking serious damage. It's at 50%. Still, Scylla trying to move forward, looking for anything, but the damage coming out from the Flame Strike is too high. She falls through the portal. The unstable Vortex damage will be enough, and almost 14 minutes of gameplay is going to give this one to I5.
13 minutes and 47 seconds to be exact, and I5 coming out on top. Lloydie finishing on Janus. The first time we've got to see him live casted. Went 6-4-4 in that game. Big shout out as well to Nuwa, played by Advert, who went 3-0-6 in that game, and really showed the potential that Nuwa has when put into the right hands DM and looks for the split push all the time.
So really, really strong play overall coming out from I5, showing that they are not unfamiliar with off-game modes. Of course, they have been very good in Conquest over the I think so far, you know, in the SWC. But I mean, seeing the domination they put forth after Spanish Nomads fought a very strong Heroes and Zeros team in the beginning, seeing the domination they were able to put forth in that game was pretty impressive.
Oh, yeah, especially with like the counter jungling early on and the decision to go and push the lane right at the start before picking up the rest of the buffs does delay them a little bit on the ticket game because the buffs take a little bit longer. However, with that being said, it did allow them to get an advantage overall in ticket generation because of the denial that they put on Spanish Nomads.
All right, guys, so we're going to take, well, first of all, tomorrow at 1 p.m. EDT, we are going to see a rebroadcast of the China show match. For those of you who might have missed it last night, Drybear and I will be casting in English for the games of World Elite versus Dignitas.
Oh, go on, continue.
World Elite, Team Dignitas, and, of course, Team Solo Mid. That's going to be happening tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
And before we go to a break as well, quick update on the brackets of where they stand right now. Cloud9 are currently facing off against Team Illusion. Hugs and Kisses are facing off against Infestus Gaming. Agilitas moved on after beating Griffs, and they're facing off against Pink Fluffy right now. Cluelessness playing off against Perfect Guan Yu. I guess that was release Guan Yu is what they're talking about there.
Pre-nerf Guan Yu.
Pre-nerf Guan Yu. It's pre-nerf. I thought it was perfect. My eyes.
Well, I mean, those are basically the same thing.
Yeah, I guess, but they do seem to go together. Worth Gaming, one of the big teams up in SWC, are facing off against TUK Gaming right now. TUK Gaming beat Superbia, DM.
That's
And Superbia were one of the teams that were really
yeah.
talked up before the start of this.
I mean, Superbia is one of the, I think, most known and most notable arena teams in the entire world. Were unable to, I think, convert that skill into the siege mode, and they lose down to Tuck. Elo Fishers will go over Flying Daggers as Dominus Cato finds themselves over the Mad Bros. Of course, we did just check in with I4, who beat the Spanish Nomads. They'll be going up against Out of Rum, who found themselves over the big boys. SK, of course, moves into the next round, and hashtag No Wards is over Losing Road.
I'll be honest, the lower half of this bracket, DM, looks absolutely crazy. I mean, we've got Worth Gaming in there. We've got ELO Fishers. Raise your Fishers in chat, guys, because those guys have come out to play last week.
Yeah.
And maybe they can do the same in Siege. So it's going to be ELO Fishers, Worth Gaming are in there, I4 are there, and SK Gaming all in this lower half bracket. That's going to be a really interesting quarterfinals if all those teams get through.
That's right, guys, but we're going to take a quick break while we get our next game set up for you. And remember, this is the EU 4v4 Siege Tournament. I'm DM Brandon, and for my co-caster Hitman, we'll be right back.